Welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to continue with the various string methods we started in our last lesson. So the next method we'll be talking about is the find method. The find method helps you locate a specific letter or substring within a string, and it returns the index, that is, the index where that substring begins. You can think of the find method like a search function in a book that helps you locate the page number where a specific word first appears. For example, let's say we have text to be, let's say, okay, we can say text is, where is the treasure? Okay, treasure goes with this. Okay. So let's say we want to find if treasure is present in the sentence. So we can use the find method to find that. Let's get rid of this. Okay, we can get rid of this. So we can say text.find. Okay, what we want to find, we are going to provide what we want to find. So we have treasure. If we run this now, the find method is going to search inside of the text string. Is the word treasure present in the string? If it is present, it is going to return the index of the starting point of treasure in the string. So let's run it and see what we have. Okay, we are now printing this. We're supposed to print this, not assign it to new text. Okay, we have print. Okay, open brackets, close brackets. So let's run that text.find. You see we have 13. So if we count this now, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you can see now that the index of T is 13, and that is where treasure is starting from. If the substring isn't found in the string, then find method is going to return -1. This is particularly helpful if you want to check for the existence of a word in a sentence. You know that anytime the find method returns -1, then you know the word you are looking for in that string is not present. For example, if you are getting a user input, possibly you are asking the user to provide their email. So you want to verify if the email the user provided is valid. You can check for the presence of either hearts or dots. You know that every email address is supposed to have the character of hearts and dots. So if those words are not present, then you know that the email provided by the user is not valid. For example, we can say email. Okay, we can say email is equal to, we can say toyosi@mail.com. Okay, so we have this email. Now we want to check if the email is valid. We can use the find method to check if the email is valid. So to do that, we can say print. Okay, so we can say email.find. Okay, so what are we finding? We want to find the existence of art, the word art. So we can say art. Okay, so you know every email is supposed to contain art. If we run this now, if art is present in the email, then it's going to return the index of art. If it is not present, then it's going to return -1. So you can check what you got from the find method. If the find method returns -1, then you know that your email is not valid. Now let me provide art inside of my mail address. We run this now again. We're going to have the index of art, which is 6. And that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you hover over the find method, you are going to notice that it has start and end inputs. These inputs are optional. The start input is used to specify the position where you want to start finding your substring from. All the substring before the start position will be skipped, even if they match the string you are looking for. And the end is used to specify where you want your find method to stop the search. All the letters after the end point will be ignored. For example, let's say our text is, right, so we can get rid of this. Okay, then we can say our text is, we can say this is a sentence. Okay, then we can say this is another sentence. All right, so in this text now, we can find for the existence of is. You know, in this sentence now, we have how many is? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and then we have 4. So we can say text. Okay, let's print it so we have our result live and direct, we can say text.find. Okay, so we can say we are looking for the substring of is. If you run this now, it's going to return the index or the first occurrence of is, which is here. So we have 0, 1, 2. Okay, now we can use the start and the end input to specify where we want to start our search from. So let's say we want to start our search from the index of 8. So that means our session is going to start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So our session is going to start from these points. Okay, if we run this now, let's see the result we have. So we have the index of 22 as the index of the occurrence of is in the statement, because we are neglecting these first two occurrences. So by neglecting this, our search is going to start from this point and then it's going to look for it. So we have this as the first occurrence of is starting from here. So if we count from here now, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's why we're having 22 here. You can also specify the endpoint. That is where the find method is going to stop the search. So if you hover it, you see that we also have the end input. So if you can say 20. So let's say we want to stop our search at the index of 20. So if we run this now, what do we have? We have -1. The reason for that is because there is no occurrence of is between the index of 8 and the index of 20. Index of 20 is going to be this t. If this is 22, 20 is going to be t. So between 8 and 22, there is no occurrence of is. That is why we are having -1. The last method we'll be discussing in this lesson is the count method. The count method allows us to see how many times a specific character or substring appears in a string. Unlike the find method that looks for the position of a string if it is existing, the count method allows us to see how many times a specific character or substring appears. For example, like we have this text now, we have is to appear 4 times. So if we use the count method, we can say .count rather than using find. If you say we want to know the number of times is appears, so we can use count method. If you run that now, you are going to have 4 because is occurring 4 times. The find method find if it is existing at all, while the count method returns the number of times it occurs. Okay, the count method is also similar to the find method because it also has the start point and end point, just like the find method. So if you say we want to start finding from 8, so it's going to look for the number of times is substring appears after the 8th index. This is 8th index, so we have 1 and you have 2, so that's why we have 2. If you stop the search at, let's say, 21, so we're going to have 0 as the count because is does not exist at all. All right, so you can also use the count method to search for a substring, like to confirm if a character is present, just like we have in our email example. So you can use count to check if art is present at all in your email. If count returns 0, you know that that is not a valid email. All right. One exciting thing about string methods is that string methods can also be combined to achieve more complex transformations. For example, let's say we have text to be, let's say we have white space and then you have Python is, okay, can say fun, right? Okay, let's close our string. Okay, now we have this text like this. We have white space, we have capital letter, we have capital letter all through here. So let's say we want to convert this to a normal sentence. Okay, so we can say, let's print our results. So we can say text.strip. Strip is first of all going to get rid of the white space. Okay, so we can say .lua to convert everything to lowercase. Let's run this first. So we have Python is fun. We can also replace fun with awesome. So we can say .replace. We are going to provide the whole word we want to replace, which is fun. Then we are going to replace it with awesome. So we can say Python is awesome. So if you run this now, we are going to have Python is awesome as our result. So you can see now that you can chain multiple string methods to achieve the result you want. This example now, we chain strip, lower, and replace methods together. You should also remember that string methods don't change the original string. They create a brand new string. Just like we've done some transformation on this text, these transformations, these methods, they do not change the original string. If we print text again, we're going to see that we still have our text. So let's run this. What do we have? You see now that this is the original text. So all these methods, they do not change the original string. They only create a brand new string from the original string. So if you want to modify the original string, all you have to do is you assign the new string that is created to the original string. So you can say text is equal to all this. So this is going to replace the original string with the result of your modifications here. So now if we print text now, we're going to see now that text is now Python is awesome. So we've come a long way with strings. In our next lesson, we'll be discussing about another type of data which is called Boolean and how it works in Python. So I will see you in the next lesson.